Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushan Dhakal. The top stories first. Nepal Medical Association expresses solidarity to fight off coronavirus, suggests government to set up separate hospital. Police intensify operation against black marketing, arrest 14 individuals for storing excessive units of masks. Province 2 to get its name and capital today, voting scheduled for 8 a.m. More European countries lock down their citizens, coronavirus cases drop in China. And fate of UEFA's competition to be decided later today, Euro 2020 likely to be postponed. And now the news in detail. Nepal Medical Association has extended its support to the government to fight the coronavirus pandemic in case it surfaces in Nepal. The association has submitted a 12-point suggestion to the government in order to prevent the deadly disease from entering the country. Organizing a press conference in the capital on Monday, the association expressed its solidarity with the government to ward off the disease. The coronavirus outbreak, which originated in Wuhan of China in late December last year, has now spread to 143 countries across the globe and has killed over 6,500 people so far. Nepal has remained unaffected from the virus.
मैन पावर्सहरूलाई ट्रेनिङ गर्नुपर्ने चिजहरूको हामीले अलिकति कमी ट्रेनिङहरू भइरहेको भेटिरहेको छौँ। त्यस पछाडि आएर पर्सनल प्रोटेक्सन किट्सहरू जति हुनुपर्नेहरू त्यो सरकारसँग छैन भन्ने कुरा हामीले बुझिरहेको छौँ र जुन तरिकाले योजना बनाइरहेको छ त्यसमा जति हामी पेशागत सङ्गठनहरूलाई सम्मिलित गर्यो त्यति उहाँहरूलाई सजिलो हुन्छ। हामी त जहिले पनि तयार छौँ भनेर पटक पटक हामीले भनि पनि रहेको छौँ राज्यलाई, हामीलाई जति पनि सहयोग गर्न तयार छौँ भनेको त्यो कुरामा हामी जानको लागि चाहिँ हामीलाई पनि अलिकति सुरक्षित जुन डक्टर्सहरू पनि सुरक्षित, स्वास्थ्यकर्मी पनि सुरक्षित होस् भन्नको लागि एउटा कुरा र त्यो भोलि त्यो सिचुएसन आउनुभन्दा अगाडि नै यो चाहिँ प्रिपेयर्डनेस र रेस्पोन्सको लागि हो।
In its 12-point suggestion, the Nepal Medical Association has suggested the government to set up a separate hospital for a worst-case scenario if the virus spreads in Nepal. Only one Nepali student returning from Wuhan has tested positive for the coronavirus, but the patient has already recovered and returned home. However, the NMA is worried that the general public is reluctant to visit hospital for checkup, fearing the prospect of contracting the disease and the possibility of quarantine. The umbrella body of the doctors said that it is essential to ensure proper supply of medicines and proper management of medical staff to handle the situation in case of an outbreak here. The association has also urged the government to take account of these things.
COVID-19 सस्पेक्टेड अहिले हेर्नुभयो भने प्रत्येक दिन सस्पेक्टेड केस त कति धेरै आइरहेको छ। त्यो पेशेन्टलाई समेत अहिले स्क्रिनिङ, अप्रोप्रिएट स्क्रिनिङ, आइसोलेसन सबै कुराको लागि एउटै हस्पिटलमा अहिलेदेखि पठाउन थाल्ने हो कि भन्ने हाम्रो सजेसन हो। अरू बिरामी म्यानेज गर्न अरू हस्पिटलले जिम्मा लिनु पर्यो। प्याटर्नको रेगुलर फलोअप, रेगुलर ट्रिटमेन्ट भइरहेका बिरामीहरूलाई अन्ततिर यो इन्टरिम टाइममा त्यसरी म्यानेज गर्नुपर्छ।
The government is preparing to use 3 existing hospitals to treat coronavirus patients if the epidemic reaches Nepal. Police have intensified operation against the dealers and traders who have created an artificial shortage of masks in the capital. The Metropolitan Police Range, Kathmandu, has busted a gang of traders who were found to have created artificial shortage of masks in the market following the coronavirus outbreak in China and elsewhere. Police have already arrested 14 people involved in black marketing of masks. It has been found that Manjushree Suppliers has been selling face masks worth ₹5 at an inflated price of ₹31 to the retailers. By the time those masks reach the consumers, the price gets increased to ₹50 per piece. Police on Sunday confiscated 168,000 pieces of surgical masks from a warehouse in Kapan. Further interrogation of the arrested persons led to the confiscation of 900,000 units of masks from Chandragiri on Monday morning. Police have committed to crack down on black marketing of essential goods. Those arrested have been remanded in custody for 7 days for further interrogation. Meanwhile, police have released on of the arrested after finding the person not responsible for black marketing. The name and capital of Province 2 will be finalized today. The Provincial Assembly is all set to vote for the name and capital of the province beginning from 8 a.m. today. Leaders of the province have already agreed to make Janakpur Dham its capital, but they are yet to agree on the name of the province. Therefore, the issue will be sorted out by voting. Political parties have issued a whip to their leaders to attend the voting announced by the Provincial Assembly Secretariat. To finalize the name of the province, the lawmakers require at least 2/3 vote, but none of the parties in the Provincial Assembly have clear majority. Samajwadi Party has 30 seats in the Assembly, while RJPN has 25 seats, while NCP has 32 seats and Nepali Congress has 19 seats, while another fringe party has 1 seat. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. Krishna Prasad Sitaula faction of Nepali Congress has said the problems created by the establishment faction has to be solved through a unified approach from the youths. Addressing a meeting organized by his faction, former General Secretary of Nepali Congress, Krishna Prasad Sitaula said the problems created by establishment can only be solved by forward-thinking youths of today. He compared the Congress current leadership to the nature of a fly, which is synonymous to filth and disease. Another leader, Gagan Thapa, said the activities of the current leadership are indicating that the General Assembly of the Congress Party will not be conducted on time. Thapa said that the success and the failure of the current leadership within the party will be determined after the completion of the party's General Assembly. More than 200 NC cadres attended the meeting. The person involved in the murder of the Bhandari couple from Kanchanpur district's Suklafat Metropolitan City Ward number 11 has been made public by the police. Jay Bahadur Bhandari and his second wife Dhanadevi Bhandari were found dead in the premises of their own house on February 26. Police has revealed that the murder was conducted by Bhandari's son from his first wife, 26-year-old Bharat Bhandari. The accused had travelled to Mahendranagar to take a motorcycle trial test on February 25 and had stayed at his sister's house but travelled to his father's house next day. The motive of the murder is not yet clear, and the Metropolitan Police Circle Kanchanpur has nabbed the accused and is conducting investigation.
जिल्ला कञ्चनपुर शुक्लाखण्ड नगरपालिका वार्ड नम्बर 11 कलुवापुर स्थायी वतनभई जिल्ला डडेलधुरा अमरगढी नगरपालिका 2 जगेमा बस्ने वर्ष 26 को भरत बहादुर भण्डारी, जो चाहिँ उहाँको आफ्नै जेठी श्रीमतीको बाट जन्मेको छोरा हुनुहुन्छ।
A team led by DSP Ravindranath Paudel has been deployed to conduct a thorough investigation on the issue. And now the news from the economic front. The Nepal Oil Corporation has adjusted the prices of the petroleum products. The meeting of the corporation's management committee on Monday decided to decrease the price of petroleum products. New prices came into operation from 12 last night. The prices of diesel and petrol have been decreased by 2 rupees. The aviation fuel has also been decreased, but the price of LPG cylinders has remained the same. The adjusted prices for diesel and kerosene stands at rupees 90 per litre, whereas for petrol it is at 106 per litre. The decrease of the price of the petroleum products in the international market has finally forced the NOC to decrease the petroleum prices in the Nepali market as well. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. France and Spain joined Italy in imposing lockdowns on tens of thousands of people. Australia ordered self-isolation of arriving foreigners, and other countries extended entry bans as the world sought to contain the spreading coronavirus. According to Reuters, several countries imposed bans on mass gathering, shuttered sporting, cultural and religious events, while medical experts urged people to practice social distancing to curb the spread. Globally, over 174,100 have been infected and nearly 6,700 have died. Italy recorded 368 more deaths from the coronavirus outbreak on Sunday, the biggest one-day toll anywhere so far. Including China, Italy now has recorded 24,747 cases and 1,809 deaths. Britain said it will isolate older people within weeks and force into quarantine anyone diagnosed with coronavirus. Germany urged people returning from Italy, Switzerland and Austria to self-isolate for up to 2 weeks. Mainland China reported a drop in the new cases, but major cities such as Beijing and Shanghai continue to wrestle with cases of infections from travelers arriving from abroad. South Korea reported 74 new coronavirus infections on Monday, bringing the country's total to 8,236. Australia's capital and the country's second most populous state declared states of emergency on Monday, while large non-essential gatherings were banned after Australia recorded nearly 300 cases of coronavirus. The United Nations Security Council's Chinese presidency cancelled Monday the body's 2 final meetings scheduled this week due to the coronavirus crisis, AFP reported, citing diplomatic sources. After the earlier cancellation of the meeting planned for Tuesday, the Security Council was planning to discuss the situation of Darfur in Sudan on Wednesday. They addressed multilateralism on Thursday. According to the French news agency, it was not possible to confirm the cancellations with the Chinese mission to the United Nations, which currently holds the rotating presidency of the Security Council. Diplomats from other countries, however, confirmed the decision. UN spokesman Stefan Dujarric told journalists that a positive COVID-19 case had been identified among staff at the UN Secretariat after a Philippines diplomat was reported infected last week. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. European football's power brokers will meet via video conferencing on Tuesday to discuss how to deal with the fallout from the coronavirus crisis that has caused the game to grind to a halt. UEFA President Alexander Ceferin has called a meeting of representatives of its 55 associations, the European Clubs Association, the European Leagues and World Players Union FIFA Pro, to discuss football's response to the coronavirus outbreak. The discussion will be about the fate of UEFA's competition, Euro 2020, and this season's Champions League and Europa League. The Euro 2020 competition is most likely to be postponed to December. This would open a window for the domestic leagues to complete their seasons this summer when the restrictions created by coronavirus have hopefully eased. According to BBC Sports, nothing is off the table as attempts are found to deal with the biggest issue facing football in modern times. The Olympic Games organizers will meet via teleconference on Tuesday to discuss the latest coronavirus developments and the impact on the 2020 Tokyo Games. The International Olympic Committee (IOC) will talk with international sports federations, a second executive board meeting in the last 2 weeks. On Saturday, Japan Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said the Olympics will go ahead from 24th July to 9th August. The Japan section of Olympic torch relay is due to start on 26 March. The main focus of the meeting is to discuss a disruption to qualifying events for the Games. The recent torch lighting ceremony in ancient Olympia was held without spectators before the rest of the relay in Greece was suspended to avoid attracting large crowds. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Nepal Medical Association expresses solidarity to fight off coronavirus, suggests government to set up separate hospital. Police intensify operation against black marketing, arrest 14 individuals for storing excessive units of masks. Province 2 to get its name and capital today, voting scheduled for 8 a.m. More European countries lock down their citizens, coronavirus cases drop in China. And fate of UEFA's competition to be decided later today, Euro 2020 likely to be postponed. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.